Welcome back to another video here on Squadding Quads then, and today we're going to look at a comparison that's been asked quite a few times in our comment section. Now, first of all, just to let you know, we are going to be doing a full 5-inch comparison of all the bind and fly 5-inch drones we've got with O4 Pros. We're going to fly them all back to back, but at the minute, and it's going to sound like a proper UK excuse, it's a bit too hot to spend all day out there flying 5 inches. So in relation to a comment that I had not so long ago, I was asked, can you fly the DeepSpace Seeker 5 against the GEPRC Vapor D5 and find out which one you think is the best? So that's what we're going to do. There's going to be a few prerequisites with regards to what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. First of all, the controller that we're going to use is going to be the V12 Max from HelloRadio for both flights. And the goggles will be obviously the Goggles 3 for both flights. They're both using O4 Pro air units. They've both got ND filters on them, although the DeepSpace didn't for very long, but we'll discuss that shortly. And then the rates are going to be exactly the same. So we've changed them just slightly from where we was last time. It's center sensitivity of 100, max rate of 900, and then 0 expo, just to make it a little bit less twitchy in the middle of that stick there. And that's it. Everything else is going to remain the same. The batteries that we're going to use, I had intended for it to be these Bossy Lipos for both flights, but again, there was a slight problem, and you'll see what happens in the field. So because of that, one of them actually flies on this old CNHL 1050 6S pack, but they're both fairly powerful packs. But the flight time roughly comes out at around about the same by the end anyway. So that's where we're at with that. So let's first of all run the first flight of the DeepSpace Seeker 3. What did it catch on then?
Dust in my legs. What the hell was that trick? I flipped.
So this is the DeepSpace Seeker 5, and boywonderfpv and I will be flying all of our 5-inch O4 Pro bind and fly drones back to back for a comparison, but it's just a little bit too hot at the minute, and I got asked the other day if I can do a comparison between the DeepSpace Seeker 5 and the GEPRC Vapor D5, and I thought, yeah, why not? Oh gosh, be a bit loose. Yeah, my my thumb just started shaking.
Oh, okay. I thought it was pot wash for a second. Oh!
No, we're all good.
Catching something, I think. I just heard. Yeah, it is catching from that. I heard it's.
I don't think so.
Go for a bottle again.
No, it's all good.
Probably come off now. Yeah.
But you guys know I love the Seeker 5. The Seeker 5 is quite possibly my favourite ever FPV drone. So it's going to take a lot to beat it. But as always, I do have an open mind. So if I fly the GEPRC next and I think it's better, I will tell you I think it's better. I don't know. I think because of the battery. I don't think it's catching anything.
They're not catching something.
But it really is nice to be back with a 5-inch again. As much as we've really enjoyed the smaller craft, there isn't anything like a 5-inch. The power, the responsiveness, and just the sheer exhilaration. Nothing beats it. But will something beat the Seeker 5 on my all-time list? I'm looking forward to finding out.
Yep.
That's a tree, and I've lost the ND filter.
No.
So I'm going to come back and land because we've got nuclear fallout. Because no, that ND filter is probably smashed anyway. But 2 minutes and 40 seconds, 3.7 volts. So we did lose an ND filter. Obviously, we've put another one on it since then. But yeah, it was a bit of a brutal crash, was that, to be fair. Although we didn't crash as such, we just hit the tree very hard. And that's why trees are dicks, because they'll steal your ND filters. Now, where are we with relation to a bit of a comparison? Well, let's have a quick look, first of all, at the price of each one of these. Because we're going to do this similar to our Drone War series, but obviously with actual back-to-back flying, because it's not in the middle of the winter when we started the series. Now, the GEPRC Vapor D5 comes in with an ELRS receiver and a GPS at $450. The DeepSpace Seeker 5 with the same equipment comes in at $575. So it is substantially more expensive, but is it actually better, or are you paying more for a boutique brand or a boutique name than you are for what is GEPRC? Ultimately, I mean, you could argue they're a boutique brand as well. So it's an interesting, really interesting pricing point. And is it actually that much better? Well, we're going to find out, because we're going to roll the second flight. And then when we've rolled the second flight, we're going to look at a couple more comparison specs and we'll decide which one we think is the best out of these two drones. So let's run the GEPRC Vapor D5 flight. So,
Got it.
thank you, Boy Wonder.
Welcome.
So this is the GEPRC Vapor D5. Can it really hang with my favourite drone ever? Well, do you know what? I don't think it's far off. The rates are all set to the same, of course. It just instantly, it just doesn't quite have that same aggressiveness. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, but it just doesn't quite feel as aggressive.
Also, let's hope we don't lose the ND photo on that now.
Yeah, definitely.
Lost it on the other one.
I did go through the middle of, well, sort of the middle of the tree then.
Okay. It's catching. It's catching something.
I think that's a loose prop actually. Yeah, it's a loose prop.
Like land. It's gonna like land. That's the prop squeaking. Move.
Just watch out of the way, I need to come back. Okay, so we are back with the GEPRC Vapor D5. And we had to go back and we had to just grab our prop tool. Always carry your prop tool, guys, because we had a loose prop on the first flight. And it wasn't really representative of what the drone was capable of, because obviously the prop was loose. So we've added a new battery and we are going to go again. And the question still remains, can it beat the DeepSpace Seeker 5? Well, it's good. It's really good. But is it DeepSpace Seeker 5 good? I'm going to reserve judgment until the end of the flight. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to reserve judgment till the end of the flight. There is nothing like a 5-inch, so there really isn't. If you've got the regulations or the space or whatever to be able to have a 5-inch, even though you can do more cool stuff, arguably, sub 250, there isn't quite the feeling of a 5-inch ripper. That's ironic, because I'm trying to talk relatively quietly, because it's fairly early in the morning, but then I'm flying a 5-inch, so yeah. Now we won't get as long of a flight time with this battery, because this is only a 1050 6S versus a 1300 6S, so we are going to get less flight time. But unfortunately, we did go with a 1300 on the original, but obviously the prop issue threw us off, sadly. But we'll be fairly close to 3 minutes for sure. We are starting to beep a little bit now though. Okay, 3.55 at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. That's exactly what I'd expect, right. I will see you back in the studio for the decision. I'm just going to hold off on our thoughts for a second, before we just have a quick look at some more comparisons. So the DeepSpace Seeker comes with an F7 flight controller and a BL Heli 32 60 amp ESC. And although BL Heli have sort of gone out of business, you can still change the settings, and a 32-bit ESC is always going to be better than an 8-bit ESC. So ideally it would be an AM32, but it isn't. But there you go. On the other side of the table, you've got the GEPRC Vapor D5. And that also has a F7 flight controller. So flight controllers, they are equally matched. And it also has a 60 amp ESC as well. So they're equally matched there. But the difference is it's a BL Heli S ESC, which means it's only an 8-bit ESC. Now, again, as we mentioned the other day, are you elite enough to notice the difference between a 32-bit ESC and an 8-bit ESC? I'm going to say the majority of you guys and me, probably not. However, would I always pick a 32-bit ESC if I could? Yeah, I would. So because of that, I'm going to give the win in that respect to the DeepSpace. Value-wise, obviously we looked at the prices, and the GEPRC is going to take the win there. When it comes to the motors, the GEPRC's got 2207 19650 kV motors, and the DeepSpace Seeker 3 has got 2207.3 1960 kV motors, meaning the DeepSpace Seeker 3 just edges it from a performance point of view when it comes to the motors. So then it really does come down to equipment, and you know, the GEPRC does have these really cool sort of side panels if you like that sort of thing. I actually run my DeepSpace naked now just because, you know, I don't know, I've no idea why. So from that point of view, it depends which you prefer. Do you prefer minimalistic, in which case give it the DeepSpace, but then you could also take them off the GEPRC. So it really does literally now just come down to flight performance. And I've got to be completely honest, I'm going to give it to the DeepSpace Seeker. I am. Now, it performs better in flight, it flies better, it's more enjoyable, it's more pointy. I know exactly where it's going to go, when it's going to go. But I do with the GEPRC, it's just, and forgive me because we're talking really fine margins here, not quite as good. But not in a bad way, not in a negative way. It's just the performance of the Seeker is just at a higher ceiling. The performance of the Vapor is brilliant, and you can see from the flights, it's absolutely brilliant. But it just doesn't quite touch the same level as the Seeker, in my opinion. But listen, they are extremely close. So ultimately, if you want an FPV drone and you want a 5-inch FPV drone, it comes down really to budget. Do you want to save yourself $125? In which case, you're going to pick up the GEPRC. Are you happy and comfortable paying the extra for the DeepSpace, knowing that it's going to offer you that little bit of extra performance? In which case, pick up the DeepSpace Seeker 5. From my personal point of view, I will always pick the DeepSpace Seeker 5 every day of the week. And this back-to-back flight comparison did shock me a little bit because I thought the gap would be bigger than it was, but it wasn't. It really wasn't. It was quite small, but it was enough for me to say, no, there is a difference. I can feel a difference. So it still stands as my number one favourite FPV drone. The DeepSpace Seeker 5 is still up there. Can anything dethrone it? Well, we're going to find out this week because we're going to throw lots of things against it and we're going to see whether or not we can get it dethroned. I've got a couple of new 5-inches coming as well from a couple of manufacturers. You never know. That the new stuff that they're putting in there may well be a little bit better than this. Who knows? Who knows? But as it stands, that DeepSpace Seeker 5 is indeed going to be the winner of this comparison. Please like the video, hype the video, share the video, do all the weird stuff. I've got absolutely no idea what it does, where it goes, or what it's even for. Don't forget as well to make sure that you enter our giveaway in Discord. I've not mentioned it for a while. We were supposed to do it last month, but because we're going to do the live show with Boy Wonder reacting to your FPV clips, we're going to do the draw on that live show. So for that reason, that's why we haven't really mentioned it or done the other draw. But make sure you're entered. You need to join the Discord. There's a link down there. Do all that crazy, weird stuff. Go to the giveaway channel, enter your YouTube name, and poof, you're entered. Simple as that. I think the heat's got to me. So, bye. YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most. So watch it and let me know if they're right.